Oh, this is exciting. We've got another one-day special and we've got two wonderful ladies back in the studio. It's the Dreamees, of course. Let's get straight to Hayley and say a very good evening.
Hello.
Hello, Hayley.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I don't know what's more excited, me or you, actually. Oh, I can't wait for this. And, of course, we've got Mum Carol as well.
Hello.
Carol, I've got to say, you're looking lovely in your top there. You're
Everybody admires this top. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It must be my colour, mustn't it?
Do you know, I think you match perfectly with our background. Look
exactly.
at the screen there behind. We've got the colour-coordinated flowers, the green there. Just complements you perfectly.
Yeah, thank you.
It was like anybody just done this on purpose and thought about it, wasn't it? Isn't it? Oh, of course we have. Now, when it comes to the one-day special, we've got a huge saving, and I mean huge. Now, if you're not a Freedom member, do consider it tonight. You'll see why in a second, because look at this saving. £64 saving. And we can split the cost as well. Yes, I'm going to repeat that just in case you missed it. £64 saving for Freedom members. That is ridiculous. Now, splitting that cost, all you need to pay today is $35.99. Of course, another in a month's time, another month after that, and you are going to get the full, complete, brand new die collection here to make these most wonderful cards. Who's going to tell me all about these? Is it going to be Hayley or Carol? Hayley.
We're both just looking at each other like, don't pick me. No, I'm joking.
Hayley, I'm going to put you on the spot. Tell me about this collection.
Well, this one, a lot of people like to make different shaped cards and things like that. And before we go any further, they do all fold flat as well. I think a couple of people have been asking. So for posting, you can fold them flat. But we went with the 4 designs because they are a little bit different, but they're easy to construct as well. So there is instructions on the back of each of them, and there are video tutorials of how to put them together in case you missed them today. But you get 71 dies, so you've got lots of ones you can use for pockets, so you don't have to use them as the actual templates, you can use them for all sorts.
Well, we do have boards as well. Actually, I've just noticed these are double-sided as well. I didn't even realise it before.
And they're MDF.
Yes, on MDF as well. Now, this is the first of the dies in the collection. So we're looking at the one that's to my right on the collection here. So we'll go through the boards individually. So here I can see straight away beautiful shapes, Hayley, absolutely gorgeous. This is a diamond easel. If I just flip this around, I honestly didn't realise they were double-sided as well. You can see how you can easily work with these in very many different ways as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I wanted to do the boards double-sided. I've not shown you every possible way, but obviously they do stay in the cardstock, the decorative elements, and you can cut them out as well with an outside edge. So obviously you can do what you want with them and not just use them as the decorative panels.
Beautiful. So there's the first one. Our second board, I'm going to show you now. Again, this is double-sided. Wow. I thought you were getting good value for money, and then I realised we've got even more on the back of this one. Let's have a look. So this is the what's this one called? Tricon card. I can see why. We've got lots of triangles in this one, haven't we?
Yes.
Look at the detail in this.
Yeah, absolutely. So these ones lend themselves perfectly for if you want to cut out all the layers and then just put them onto maybe an A5 card or something. They don't have to be on the template, but this one especially is one that doesn't look like it'll fold flat, but it does. But you've got all those different elements. You've got the daisies, the hexagons. Those are great for snipping into and just popping on your projects as well, stenciling. So don't just think of them as the card creators. You can use them across the board.
Now, we're looking at the sample there, Hayley, or one of the samples, and it does look very complicated to see that there, but it's a statement piece. But obviously, because you've got the dies that are going to cut, you've got all the scores and everything, so easy to put together. And I cannot believe, looking at that one there, you would not think that was going to fold flat, would you? But they will all go flat. Now, the third one, the third die set in the collection is this one. This is the Trifold. Lovely that you've got the scalloped edge on this one as well. It looks very classy.
Yeah, so you're going to want to cut 2 of one of these pieces. Again, it's all explained on the packaging, but that's how you then create sort of the fold back element and then the crossover at the bottom. And this really lends itself for if you want to put a little easel in the centre there as well with a sentiment on. But obviously you can use all the elements in there to create that, or if you want to use a different die you've maybe got in your collection, it lends itself to mix and matching.
Now this is the other side of the board as well. I hope you did spot that beautiful rose cutout on the triangular piece on the other side. I'll give it a quick flip round again in a second. But again here, just some of the ways that you can work with this one set. Remember, this is just one of the sets out of 4. I mean, it just gets better and better, Hayley, as we look at these boards actually. I'm seeing more and more options here using these. Now we've got one more board to show you, so we've got one more die set to tell you about. This is the spin card. Now this is nice as well because you can see you've got those borders in there. You can see you've got the wording in there as well, Hayley. You've got the florals in there as well.
Yeah, so in each of the sets you are getting some of the floral elements as well. So if this is your first ever die collection, the majority, there's one of them that won't go through an A5 machine, so you will need A4 really. But obviously if you want to use all your little elements separately and maybe get a big die cutting machine at a later date, you can do that as well. But they're really simple to use, and like I say, you've got instructions. It's going to hold you. It's going to help you all the way through.
Lovely, and that's what you're getting there. And again, just some of the combinations. This board hasn't actually got anything on the other side, but you don't need any more than what we've shown you. I can tell you off to a busy start already. 10% of the stock has gone. Let's have a look at a few more finished samples as well, because of course we can see those beautiful structures. That's what I'm going to class them as there, because they are those beautiful creations that can fold flat. But using those other options as well, you can keep it very simple, but just as beautiful. I mean, that is so elegant. I love that.
It's a crossover card, so if you open it, I've actually put a little magnet inside, so it sort of snaps shut.
So you have.
Yeah, so you can actually build different cards with this as well, and we've got lots of demos for not just using them as they're designed to be used, but so many other ideas.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to pick up as I see them in front of me here, actually, because it does just go and prove a point that with the full collection here, you've really got a lot of options. I mean, using the cutouts, so sometimes we call it, we hate to call it, but sometimes we call it the waist of a card, but it never is a waist.
That's it, and the scalloped edge around the edge of that card, that's actually done with the square, and you cut the square and then move it a little bit over and rest it in the scallops of the circle, not the circle, the square, so you can make it elongated as well.
Oh, do you know, so many options, isn't there? Let's have a look again at some more of the structural cards here as well. Now, there are some more at the back here. I'm just going to reach across for this one. What's been used to make this one? Hayley?
So that one's the tricorn card, and that's actually had some of the elements cut out from the die set on there as well, from the craft card, and then overlaid in some of the little hexagons there as well. We've got some gorgeous sentiments on the show as well, and they make a really nice then focal point in the middle there.
Beautiful. And again, as we say, they will fold flat as well. I don't want to squash too many flowers on this one, so I'm just going to pop that out further, but they will fold flat, which is absolutely amazing. Oh, just so many samples around the studio as well. We've got lots more to show you as well. Looking at those beautiful samples there that we've got on the counter, I'm sure we're going to see much, much more from the ladies. We are going to go to the website and then we're going to get across to Hayley for the first demonstration as soon as possible. Do be shopping ahead. We've got so many more new items for you as well. Do have a look at that Interchangeable Circle sentiments set there. Love that, love it. We've got lots of dies, lots of stamps for you as well. We've got those embellishments that Hayley's mentioned. Just honestly, just shop ahead with us. But papers as well. Different options of the papers there. Oh, don't miss out on the Adornments collection. And we've got MDF as well. We've got the inks and the refills there as well. Lots and lots of goodies for you. And don't forget, if you're going for the full collection, you're splitting that 3 ways. Anything else you're adding into your basket, you can also split 3 ways. Now, hopefully, Hayley, are you ready for a demonstration?
I am.
Oh, let's get cracking then.
Right, so I'm going to make the spin card first, but I'm going to do a bit of stamping, design the topper first, and then we can construct the card. But I'll show you how easy that all goes together, and as soon as you see it, you'll be like, oh, I can do that myself. They really are simple. So I'm using one of the Happiness Blooms stamps here. So this is, again, new today. So I have got one already done, but I thought I'd show you how I mix some of my sparkle dinky inkies together as well. So I've stamped this in just a light grey, and I'm just going to lay down, it's vintage lavender first, because the papers that I'm using, we've got a magazine on the show, and I'm using the freebie papers. So I've got a little bit of the vintage lavender, and I'm putting some sea breeze down as well. So I'm just going to grab my water brush and get a little bit of water on. And then I'm going to blend out the colour quite a lot, just so that it's not too dark. So then I'm just going to lay in this colour into my buds there. So this again is one of the larger images in the collection. And again, you do get some really nice sentiments in there as well. We've got a nice range of new goodies today. So I'm just going to fill in a couple. And then we can go over with the Sea Breeze as well, and that's just going to turn it into more of a lilac-y sort of pink colour, just that then will match with the papers. So I'll just do those 3 and then just give it a quick blast, just to get some of that water off.
Now, Hayley, as you're just drying that, we're just going to give a quick mention to this bundle, actually, because you have got 15 stamps in this particular bundle. You can see it right in front of me here as well. We've got more samples for you to look at. So remember, another new today, only $29.99 as well. 769 967 is the item number. You can see good size stamps as well. Absolutely beautiful. And we're not just talking the card making, of course. Of course, the Dreamees are known for their MDF as well. We've got lots of samples in the studio. I'm sure we'll see more of those a little bit later. But so many options of being able to colour these in different ways, work with those stamps, you know, on all your different projects there. But just look at the price, $29.99 for 15 stamps. Exceptional value. Hayley, back over to you.
Right, so I've just dried that off, and now I'm just going over the top with the Sea Breeze. So you'll be able to see the difference in colour between this flower and this flower.
Yeah, you can see that.
So obviously you can then mix in all of your different dinky inkies in there, whether you've got older collections or just the new ones, and actually change up the colours that you can use there by mixing them together. Right, so if we just leave that there, and then just for in the background, I'm just going to use some of the slate.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just going to pop a little bit down. And then again, I'm going to add plenty of water to it, just so that then we can add a bit of a highlight just around the background. And obviously, if you lay a bit of ink down and it's a bit too dark like that, just a little bit more water. Just blend that out. And obviously, you can go over your leaves. This is sometimes easier to do beforehand. And then obviously, you've got a bit of a base to then add your colour on the top of.
Because you've got that very sort of subtle wash, you can easily add the colour on top,
yeah,
can't
that's
you?
it. So I would fill all of the background in there. But I have got one that I did a little bit earlier. So you'll be able to see we've got the exact same thing, except it now matches with some of the papers that I'm going to use, which are your freebies in your magazine. Ooh. So if you do pick up the magazine, then you'll get some of the nice papers in there as well. Right, so we'll
now
pop
the
that to one
magazine, I'm not
side.
sure that's an end of call product. I don't know if we can find out. We'll see if we can find out, but do check out the end of call. So when you go to check your baskets out, or if you're speaking to customer services, just see what's available there. There are add-ons with no extra postage costs as well.
Oh, lovely. We always like that, don't we?
We certainly do.
Right.
Although I've got to say, Hayley, when it comes to the one-day special, if you're not a Freedom member, don't hesitate to join, because the saving, I can remember it, you see, £64 saving. It's only £5.97 to join for the month. Unlimited standard delivery, the no contracts, of course. You've got those exclusive discounts. You're getting the badge, the newsletter, you know, everything you need to be able to shop to your heart's content as well. Absolutely amazing value when you think that you're saving £64 on today's one-day special as a Freedom member.
Right.
Oh, back over to Hayley, see how she's getting on.
Right, so I'm just going to show you some of the dies that we use for the spin card. So what you're going to want is to die cut this aperture piece here. So I've separated mine, and the easiest way that I find to then realign it is if you cut yourself one to use and then lay it over, and then you can realign your square. But I've taken mine out. You can leave it together, but I've took it out so that I can change up the different cards and use the squares separately.
I see.
And then you will just need to cut yourself a back panel for the card that is the same size. So you can either cut this twice, or you can cut it separately and just attach it at the spine there. And then the next piece that you need, because it's straight lines, I thought I probably won't do the die cutting yet. I'll show you some of the fancier dies at a later date. But then you get this panel as well. So that is going to create the spin element.
Oh, I guess
so you do get all of your little layers as well. So all these little dotty pieces that I've put on here, you've got a panel for everything. So you've not even got to think about it. You've got all your layers. And then all we're going to do with this is, in fact, I'll put my backing layer inside first. So any decorating you want to do, it's probably worth giving yourself a little test piece. So cut the cards and try them and see how they go together, and then you can decide where you want to
maybe
put your...
if you've got some card that's got one or two little marks on, or
Yeah,
not your
yeah.
best card.
Or you could even cut it out of copy of paper,
Yeah,
see
of
how they go
course.
together, and then you've not wasted anything, have you? And then you also get all of the panels to build up the mitered corners there. So you don't have to use them. Again, you can just cut yourself an aperture if you want to and overlay a full piece, because you do get a lot of the layers in there if you want to use them. But
Now, this is what I love though, Hayley, because you've thought about everything. I mean, the finish with the mitered corner, I mean, that is lovely. I remember doing workshops a long time ago and trying to get, you know, those joining the workshop to do the mitered corners, measuring and cutting, and they never matched up.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
The fact that these are part of the system that you've got here just gives you that beautiful finishing touch.
It does. And obviously it takes a little bit of lining up, but if you use a glue like this that doesn't grab instantly but it's still a quick grab, then obviously you can then just move that about a little bit and make it fit.
Of course.
Right, so we'll pop that into the side. But again, like you say, at workshops, a lot of people aren't confident doing their layers like this, are they? So it's nice to have a die then. You've not got to think about it and you get the same result every time. And then in fact, I'm skipping ahead, I'm getting too excited. I'm going to pop a square of white in there, so that's where you could write your message.
Of course.
But again, you don't have to. You can write it on the little spin card element if you want to. It's completely up to you. So with this panel, as you cut it out, what you'll want to do is use the reverse. So you'll want the reverse of it face side up. So the easiest way to remember is you've got a long tab here. So this is just going to line up in the bottom corner, exactly there.
Oh, I
so you're
see,
just going to keep that lined up. And then you miss a fold. So this one, you do fold it, but you don't glue any of this part down.
Right, and that's obviously very important.
Yep, and then you just flip the card over. So at this point here, and then just concertina fold this part, and a little bit of glue on there. And as you close it, that's going to hold that into place.
That is so easy.
So then, as you open the card, it's going to spin open. And you've got then two sides to decorate.
That is so
and pop
easy.
If it's stuck.
If you were trying to do that bit by bit and measure it yourself, Hayley, that would take literally hours to put together. It'd be worth it in the end, but it would take so long.
Yeah.
This way, you're not getting waste either, because you wouldn't make those mistakes trying to measure it yourself. Now, almost 20% of the one-day special has already gone. This is the first live hour, remember. The ladies are back at 8 o'clock tonight. We will be saying hello to Carol in a little while, so I feel a little bit guilty that we're not really speaking to Carol. Carol,
all right. It's all right.
Give her a little wave to everybody, just so we know you're still there. Oh, bless her. Oh. Well, I'm just going to give a little bit of a recap on the one-day special as well, because, of course, you're getting so many dies here, 71 individual dies on the one-day special, and that amazing price as well. We'll let Hayley finish that demo, then we'll give you the full details again of the one-day special so that you're not missing out. But just don't forget that saving if you're a Freedom member of £64.
Right,
Over to you, Hayley.
I've just popped one of the layers just behind this. I just disconnected this just so I can get my image in there. But if we just reconnect this, obviously you wouldn't tear yours like I've torn mine even. We get that into the centre. And then as you flip it over, obviously, here we go. It's playing awkward now.
It's always like TV. It's always the case.
Right, we'll try and make sure it's stuck. Yeah, there we go. So then, obviously, we can put something else into the centre here. So I've got another one of these panels of the backing paper. So you do get a layer for all of this as well. So if you've not got essentials, then you've not even got to worry about creating all of your layers. So
those papers are so pretty as well.
They really are, and they are exclusive to the magazine as well. So it's the only place you can get them. And then I've just got another image that I did. So I've just done the same stamp there and I've just coloured it in the grey. So instead of actually going in there with all the colour, I've just done it in the light grey there just to tie it in. So we'll just attach that inside there. So again, that was the Happiness Blooms image.
Lovely stuff.
That's there. And then we'll add some flowers onto the front. Glue this down properly. Right, so as we twist that back round then.
Oh, look at that. That lines up perfectly, doesn't it?
It does. It would do if I'd stuck it in absolutely straight.
No, it looks good to me, Hayley.
Right, so then in the, I think it's in the Diamond Easel, we've got some really nice frilly petalled flowers.
Yes.
So I've die cut some of these out of the pattern papers again. And I'm just going to crease down the centre just for speed really, just to make a quick dimensional flower there. So I've got 4 of them. And then I've just got a foam mat just to press into the centre with my ball tool. So I'm just going to lift those petals up just by pressing them there.
It's always worth spending that little bit of time to shape, isn't it?
It is, definitely. I mean, even if you've only got a ball tool or something like that, obviously you can roll that on the back of them. You don't have to do the creasing, but if you did want to, it is quick and simple to lift those petals up there. So we can pop that just inside. And then if you just lift that up a little bit just with your ball tool there, that makes it really nice and 3D. So as we stick that on the card, it's going to hold its shape there. And then I've just got, again, some more patterned ones. I'll just do the ball tool on the back of these. I'm not too worried if it's not perfect. So that's the best thing about flowers. I think that's why I like them. I can make a mess and it doesn't matter.
Well, this again, Hayley, is why we always say do not get rid of any of your scraps as well.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
the perfect offcuts would work wonderfully with these flowers, wouldn't they, with the dyes?
They would, yeah, definitely. Right, so we're going to make 2 flowers with these. So I'm just doing the 2 layers. So you do get, I think it's 4 sizes in this particular flower. I think you get 4 of another one and 3 of one of the other flowers as well. So you do get a nice gradient in sizes there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the packaging. You definitely do get the 4. We'll show you the boards again when we come back to the area.
Oh,
but for the time being, they're lovely sizes as well. The little one, Hayley, I particularly like because I love filler flowers. You know, you want to bring a little bit of white or a different colour in as well, just to go with the small ones.
That's it. And also, you know, if you've got maybe a branch die or something, you sometimes want a little flower just to put across it, don't you?
Lovely.
Right, so again, I think I'll make 3 flowers with these, maybe 4, we'll see. And then I can add a couple on the other side of the flowers as well.
Just with the flower dyes alone in that particular set, I mean, there's so much in that set as it is, but these flowers, you've got so many different combinations again.
Yeah, definitely you have. Right, so then I've also got, on the show, we've got the natural adornments. I think I called it that, or did I call it natural?
Yes, I did notice that on the website. We'll bring the details up for everybody, actually. We'll just flash up a little picture in a second as well. We'll bring the details in. So you get the natural moss, the green moss, and the white thistle as well. Oh, unusual. I love the adornments though.
Yeah.
For me, you need those.
They finish it off, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Great price as well, only $12.99. 393,673.
Right, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of the sisal just in the top corner there, just as a base for my flowers. So we can pop the large one on, and I'm just going to sort of decrease in size and kind of see where we go with that.
Okay, and I suppose the tip here would be, Hayley, just make sure you don't glue over the aperture area. So, you're not gluing
obviously
down to the
having
picture.
the frame there, it just makes it a little bit easier so you don't overhang and stuff. But obviously if you did, you could just disconnect it and make sure you don't do it again.
Well, we say, don't we, learn by your mistakes.
Yeah.
I don't think there's mistakes in crafting though.
Oh,
I don't like to say that.
Right, so then I'm just going to pop a couple of the tiny ones there. I've not really shaped those, but they'll be fine.
It's coming together beautifully.
And then I'm going to pop another flower just in the opposite corner there. And I think we've got, these are some of my absolute favourite stamps that we've ever done.
Oh, do you know,
Circle Sentiments.
I love these. When we had our little meeting, you found them actually. When we went to the website, I did say, look out for this stamp set. Oh, this is genius. We're going to see much more of this, I'm sure of it. There we are.
Right.
If it doesn't make sense at the moment, it certainly will do when you see what Hayley's doing. You must get this.
In the set, to the best, we'll go friend. And then also the little circle that I'm using is the lid of my pearls. So if you get your pearls as well, they're the perfect size to stamp your stamps with.
Oh, lovely.
So we've got to the best friend ever. And then we'll just add a little bit of just some bluey purpley ink just around the edge there. So then this is kind of like a little lollipop. So it's just, I'm going to chop it off a little bit and then just pop it behind my flower there.
I just love this idea. I can think of so many uses for this stamp set.
And then we can add some little pearls in the centre. So we have actually brought the pearls with us this time. So we've got white, AB pink and a mushroom brown as well on the show.
Nice. Do we have those on the website as well? They might be an end of call. We'll have a look out there for those as well.
Right, so we'll just pop some little pearls just in the centres of the flowers there. And the AB glisten on the pearls, it's really nice for then tying in with your sparkle inks. Oh, if it'll get off my finger. So I'm just putting one in the centre of each at the minute, but you can obviously build them up and put 3 or 4 in if you really wanted to.
Right. Don't forget the stamps that Hayley's used were from a different set to the one-day special. We're very busy on those actually, so do make sure that you're looking at everything. The stamp with the circle on bottom of the screen there, I did expect that to be busy. I just adore it. Oh, Hayley, that is absolutely beautiful. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous?
And then obviously you've got that gorgeous spin element in there as well.
That is stunning. And as you say, Hayley, you know, basically it's a flat card.
Yes.
Obviously you've got the dimension with the flowers there, but how that pulls apart and stands out, you know, you've got so much dimension there, but takes up very little room in a box or an envelope as well. Now, the quickest and easiest way to shop, of course, is to go to the website. You can use the app, but the website, you can see everything there. We've got queues on the phone lines. I didn't expect anything less when it comes to Dreamees, of course, and a brand new one-day special. So please do use the website if you can, because that is the quickest route. But so much to see on there. I can tell you over 20% of the one-day special is now gone. You're getting 71 individual dies in that collection. We will go through that again. Just want to make sure Carol's all right.
Yes, I'm fine.
Yes, Carol's good. I don't feel bad, I don't know which way to turn. Now, we are going to go quickly through the one-day special again because, of course, I'm just going to give you a quick flash of the dies again on the boards, just so you can appreciate what you're getting. Remember, you're getting 4 different collections. So the first one here, this is double-sided, this board. There you can see the flowers that Hayley's just been using as well. So if I give this a flip around so you can really appreciate, and this is just a fraction of what you can achieve with this one set. Second set in the collection, the one-day special again. Oh, I love this one, actually. This is our Tricom one, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Again, we've got a double-sided board here, so just wait and bear with me a second while I flip this around so you can see some beautiful detail in this one. Absolutely gorgeous. I adore the honeycomb effect in that one as well. Then the next one, oh, the scalloped edge just makes this perfect, and I adore the rose in it as well. Look, I'm going to show you 2 sides of a board again here because we've got lots on this one as well to show you. Isn't this pretty as well? Just again, you know, you decide how you work with these beautiful cutouts. There you've got those scalloped edge, you can see the fold lines there, that gorgeous corner. I can think of many, many reasons. More flowers in this one as well, which is beautiful. And then finally, the spin card that we've just seen Hayley using there. These are the components to create that card, and I do want to just show you another sample I've just found at the back here as well with this particular card, because I just want you to really appreciate how these work and how beautifully they actually open out. Now this one, we're looking at some of the samples there on the counter, but I've got another one here to show you. I didn't realise straight away because I'm stood at quite an odd angle to Hayley, but when you pull this open, look how that stands out. It's kind of across the diagonal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I hadn't realised that straight away. Isn't that wonderful? Absolutely adore it. So the whole collection there, split into 3 payments of £35.99. Remember, if you're a Freedom member, you are saving an enormous £64. I'm going to repeat it again because nobody will believe me. £64 saving. 940835 is the item number. Now, the interchangeable circles, these are absolutely flying. I am not surprised. These caught my eye straight away. You've got an awful lot of different stamps there. Over 40% of the stock has gone. You've also got the individual circle to cut out those beautiful stamped images, but you've got that lollipop there as well that we've just seen Hayley working, Hayley working with there. So you can cut the stick down, you could elongate it if you wanted to, but little baskets maybe for Easter or something like that, Mother's Day, you're going to find many uses for that lollipop. It's not just for your cards, of course. This is flying out the door, $14.99, $595,520. Now I'm just going to grab another sample here that I've got my eye on actually. This is so cute as well. Oh, look, how sweet is that? You make me happy. Isn't that adorable? Using MDF pieces here as well. So again, not just for your cards. We've seen Hayley using that there. I'm sure we're going to see much more of those sentiments within this set as well throughout the shows. There we are. Oh, one of my favourite stamp sets I've seen for a long time. Now with the Happiness Blooms we've got for you next. So another great buy, this one. 3 stamp sets. Great price on this. I remember it already. 15 stamps in total. These are good sized stamps as well, I've got to tell you. Now, I did see, I don't know where it's gone, there was a beautiful sample with the Wellingtons somewhere. I think it's maybe at the front of the counter somewhere. $29.99 is going to get you the 15 stamps there under item number 769967. There I've got another beautiful card. All those papers in the background as well. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. And again, when it comes to your home decor pieces or your tags, you know, these are going to lend themselves beautifully. Coming in from the edge of your card, you don't always have to stamp right in the centre, of course. Do find ways of working with these stamps in so many different ways. The Wellington there's one of the samples. Oh, isn't that lovely? Is that a pattern paper that's been stamped on there, Hayley?
It is. On the actual boot, it's one of the pattern papers, but then it's just been coloured with the shades of sparkle Dinky Inkies.
That is so effective, isn't it? Don't miss out on these stamps, 769967. Now we've got some stamps and dies to tell you about now as well, so another wonderful bundle for you. Let's go through the details on this one. You're getting a lot here as well. Look at these, the fancy florets, that's what we've got here. 15 stamps and 34 dies. Beautiful for your flowers again, and the stamps, because you've got just the right amount of detail in there. You can colour, you can of course just stamp directly onto your paper as well. $44.99 is the price here. 472181 is the item number. Wow, getting a lot in that bundle, aren't you? Let me see what else I can. Oh, there's another Wellington here actually. I'm just going to pick up what's at the back here. I'm not sure what applies to which stamp set or which die set here. I think that's the next one actually. Is this from this one? There, we've got the flowers there, haven't we? Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So you've got many, many ways of working with these bundles. Beautiful stuff. Then moving down again. Oh, the positivity sentiments. Oh, we're busy for these as well. 10% of the stock has gone. Now I can show you that card. Now I can see how it works with this set. 12 stamps in total and only $9.99. Exceptional value again. You're doing your best and that is always enough. That's a lovely sentiment, isn't it?
I think sometimes you just need to send someone just to say, I'm thinking of you. Or if you've been having a bad day, like, you're doing your best.
Just enough, just enough. I like that. You're doing your best and always, same on this one, but a different project altogether. Absolutely beautiful. I've got a board here actually with the different sentiments on. So can I just show you this and we can have a look at a few more of them. There we are. Attitude, oh, it's hidden, is a little thing that makes a big difference. You matter to me. I see that, simple but so nice. Be kind to yourself. Yeah, I love the fact that you've got the different fonts. You've got capitals, you've got lowercase, you've got a mix there as well. Oh, you can't control everything, just let it be. That is so true. Sometimes you forget how truly amazing you are, so this is your reminder. Who shall I direct that at? Go on, Mr. Baker, I'll send that one to you. 457551 is the item number, and then of course we have got the paper pads for you as well. Now we've got two different item numbers. We'll just bring the details in for these. Now the happiness blooms, that's what we're going to see first of all. So the two at the top here, absolutely gorgeous. I think I've got some samples at the back here as well. 48 sheets in each. Now Hayley, tell me about these. These are absolutely beautiful.
Yes, so in the first collection you've got the flower fields, which is kind of blues and pinks, a little bit of lilacs in there as well. And then you also get the blush bouquet, which is really nice, vivid pinks in there. So these two work really nice together. But they are 8x8, they're uncoated as well, 120 GSM, so you can actually do all your stamping and your die cutting with these. And they are just really pretty, but also they work well like together, you know, because I've tried to put in there some plainer papers like your stripes, your spots, but then you've also got these really big florals as well.
Love that, with kind of the inky effect there as well.
There's a lot of people that aren't really confident doing their watercolour backgrounds yet, so these are really nice to get you going with that, and then once you get your confidence you can create your own then.
Beautiful. Well, if you're looking at this one, 20% of the stock has gone. I've not shown you every page there, but you can see exactly how beautiful they are. 471849 is the item number. And then at the bottom we've got another bundle for you. We've got the monochrome and the fancy flowers as well. Another beauty actually. I'm going to show you one or two pages from this one. $12.99 again, 043478 is is the item number. I don't want to take away too much time from Carol, because she's coming up next with a demonstration, but just to give you a hint of what you're getting here, another 20% gone. Oh, look at that. These are crying out, you know, beautiful as they are, but you really could add some more colour to these, couldn't you, as well?
If you just add a pop of, maybe you've got a whole load of cardstock at home and you go, oh, I'm going to use bright red with that, it would really lend itself. But then you can mix in other papers like the lavenders that are in the other paper pad, and they'll work lovely together.
Oh, so pretty. Oh, I think that's my favourite one, actually. 043478 is the item number. Right, a few more things just to tell you about. We've got some MDF for you as well. We've got a pick and mix for you as well. These are your laser cut embellishment sheets, choosing any 3. Oh, we've got some nice dream catchers there. Go to the website, that's where all the options are. There's lots to choose from. £9.99 for any 3, remember. 173736 is the item number. The re-inkers, we've got those available as well, so we'll give you a few details on those. There they are, wonderful. We've got the shades of sparkle, the ink and the re-inker collection, only £36.45. Look at the saving on this one as well, £26 saving. Don't forget, anything going in your basket with a one-day special, you can split 3 ways if you so wish. 826028 is the item number on these. And then we have the winter textures embossing folders. Now, I've got some of these. These are absolutely beautiful. I hope we can get to show you these, but on the stills, I mean, the packaging looks gorgeous, but you can't really make out what's on the embossing folder. Believe you me, these are stunning. £19.97, £7 saving, 538459 is the item number. And I do believe Hayley might be able to show us these in a second. Take advantage again of the savings. Oh, Hayley, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, so in the winter textures, this one's the fair aisle, so you're getting all 3 of these. So then I'm hoping you can see this one as well. This is a plaid, sort of gingham kind of distress sort of background there as well. And then this one is my absolute favourite. This is cable knit.
Oh, wow. A little bit of ink just over the top of that, and that's really going to bring the detail out.
That's it. I mean, can I just bring you this sample in? Sorry. This is them in the background, if you can see, just picked up with gilding wax.
Yeah.
So we have also got wood grain on there separately as well, but you can see that gorgeous cable knit at the top there.
That is so effective, isn't it? Love it. Oh, don't miss out on those. Take advantage of the savings while we've got them. Now, the one-day special proving to be busy. This is the launch hour, of course. You're getting a whole collection there, 71 individual dies to make the most beautiful, beautiful cards that will fold flat. That is important. 940835. A reminder again, if you're a non-Freedom member, yes, there's a huge saving, but as a Freedom member, £64. It is a why not deal. Make sure you join the club if you're buying this collection and you haven't already joined. Now we're going to get to Carol. I'm so relieved, Carol. I can relax a bit now.
It's okay, don't worry.
You stood there so quietly. We're going to put you to work now.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to create this card then. So it is the Tricon card, but a little bit different, because normally the one that you held up before, we do it differently. That comes outwards. But
right,
I've just done it like that, so you've got that little bit inside as well. So yeah, so if you just show that one, Catherine, or
I can see now how different this is. Yeah.
But I am leaving the bit at the back. There is a score line down there, but I'm leaving that flat, whereas that one's been attached together. Right.
There we are. So it's this front bit you can see that's fastened there. It gives it a completely different look, doesn't it?
That's it, yeah. But this, I thought, it reminds me of a little bit of a box. You know, I was thinking like a wedding card. You could put your bride and groom or something in there, couldn't you?
That'd be lovely.
You know. But anyway, yeah, so that is what I'm using. So I have cut my die piece out already. So that is the main one. So this is this large one here, which obviously you need an A4 for that.
Okay.
I have put some of my papers on already, but you do get your triangles. You get all your triangles in there for your main one, and then these will fit in. You can layer up as well with the slightly smaller ones. So we've got all those. So you do get all your layers as well, you know, because like triangles as well.
Yes.
You know, it's probably easy for us to cut out, but people that's not used to card making, they find it hard, don't they?
They certainly do.
So, so I'm just going to pop these on to start with. I am using the go-to glue. So I've just cut these out with the Flower Fields paper pad. So I'm just going to pop these on here, and this particular one I need for a 16. So obviously I've done the other side, but for the one that you've just picked up earlier, you don't need as many as that. So obviously it depends how you decorate it, how many you need.
But I'm loving the colour combination again,
yeah,
with the navy
navy
card.
and the pink. And this is one of the papers from the flower fields, and it's the one that's sort of like all inky and watercolour type thing.
Absolutely beautiful, and we're very busy on the paper pads as well, so do not miss out.
Right, so I'm just popping these on first. There is a lot of sticking on this one, so what I've chose to do with it, so I'll just get all these on.
You see, with paper like that, Carol, even though, you know,
It's
you're
your little
using one
bits,
sheet,
isn't
you get
it?
so many different looks because of the way the paper has been designed, with the kind of the inky effects and the colour depth,
Yeah,
the lighter areas, the darker areas as well.
that's it. So just get all these stuck on. Probably could have done this while I were waiting, couldn't I, Catherine? I have done half of them, but I just want you to see how it all comes together as well, you know, all the little triangles. So at this point, I'm leaving mine flat to put all these bits on. And
Makes
then
sense.
just makes sense, really. Right, so that is the last one on that one. Then that is the wrong side, if you like. So then I'm just going to flick over, and these are another die, which is in here. So this is this one here. So I've just cut it out of the paper plain.
Lovely.
But obviously your dies will fit into that as well. So these are just going to go on to these bits here. So because I'm using just this one here, you have got that layer underneath of the navy card, if you can see.
Yeah, it really frames it beautifully.
Yeah. So then we're just going to pop these on. I'll put that on there. Obviously, if you're using something that's patterned or stripes and you need to get it level, don't you? But I would never go for stripes on something like this because, you know, just go something patterned that's easy.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you wanted to go for that, you can do.
I think this stripes a bit like fabric, isn't it? Trying to match up patterns.
Yeah,
And sometimes you get a little bit of waste because you're trying to match something up. So it makes sense to go for an all-over floral.
Right, so
There really isn't any waste, is there?
No, there isn't. Right, so then, and also don't forget, like now, I'm just going to say to you, if you wanted to use that as like a sketch on your card, if you was just doing, say, half of card, that's your front of your card, you could use that as just your sketch, couldn't you? And then add your things to it. So think of it like outside of the box sort of thing. Right, so I'm just going to, so all these are scored. So let me just think where I'm going. So I'm just going to press these gently. So they are all scored for you, so it's not hard. So we're just going to score all those in. And then I can show you now, if you don't put anything two-dimensional on here, then obviously you can see how it would fold flat for posting.
There we go.
So then you see that would fold flat.
Oh, you could put a really lovely message inside, a secret message.
Yeah, you could. So that is basically my bit, what I'm doing there. So same as I say, I've not scored this middle one because that is where my sentiment is going to go. So
I know what you could do with that, Carol.
What?
You could get a little piece of ribbon in the centre and attach a ring to it. And
You
then
could.
Put, "Will you marry me?" in it. And then when you open it up, what a way to propose.
Exactly. You know, it's a gift as well, isn't it? I think these, you have to think of them like not just as a card.
Definitely not.
Right, so I'm just going to get this on
Could be a gender reveal or something like that as well.
It could be anything like that, couldn't it? I'm just popping a little bit of the hot glue on there as well, just to hold that in.
I've got to be a bit careful talking about engagement rings and gender reveals. Don't get any ideas. There's nothing going on.
Right, and then I've got so obviously you get these as well, these scalloped ones. They're in a different set. I can't remember which one they're in, but they're in a different set, the scalloped squares and also the plain squares. So then I'm going to use one of the Spread Positivity stamps. So I'm just going to stamp this in black ink, and I'm going to do it, as I would say, on the diagonal, like a diamond, so it will fit
These
into.
are such a lovely set of stamps again, Carol, as
They
well.
are,
You've got 12
they
stamps,
are.
haven't you? Those sentiments, I think everybody could really, you know, sort of use those sentiments every single day. Only £9.99. We're busy on these as well. 457551. Already 30% of the stock has gone of those. We'll just have a quick look at those, actually. There you are. You will find something for, you know, I'm not going to say occasion, although it is occasions, but just those thoughtful cards, I think. Just to let people know that you're thinking about them. Yes, use those in your journals as well. You know, just your thought of the day perhaps, or a little reminder that, you know, you are special.
That's it, because, you know, we all go through different things, don't we, in our lives, and although you put a brave face on, it's not always like that, is it?
That is very, very true.
Right, so I'm just going to pop that onto that square underneath now. So then I have got my card like that, and then we're going to just pop some flowers into here. Right, so I just want to show you making the flowers. So let me just think which one. So these flowers that I'm using are from the spin card one.
Okay, yeah.
So you do get these. So I've made some up here already, but we're going to just make one of each so you can see me actually do it now. So I have just got 2 of the larger one, and I'm just literally, put them both together, and then I've just got my tweezers and just twist those, all the petals, and then we just get a little bit of a nice twist going on there on the petals. Let me
and it makes all the difference, doesn't it?
It
to spend that
does.
little bit of time.
Yeah, so you can see that little twist on there. So we're going to do that with all of these. So I've got 5 layers on here. So I'll do it again.
Carol, just as you're twisting that, we will keep watching. I'm just going to let you know we've had so many emails in again.
Oh,
you know,
lovely.
People just absolutely love the Dreamees, and we've had lots of emails of support and nice things to say.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's quite a while since we've been on TV, you know, ourselves. So it's nice that everybody's...
That doesn't mean that you've been
oh no, we've not been slacking. We've not been slacking, Catherine.
Behind the scenes, very, very busy.
Oh dear.
In fact, I think the biggest rush you've had, Carol, in a long time was at the start of this show.
That's it. You're right.
On your own at the end of the counter.
Yes, you're right, Catherine. I don't rest. I don't rest. I like to keep going. Right, so I'm just layering all these up on top of each other now, just offsetting them a little bit. And I'll just leave that one to rest a second, and then we'll put some stamens in there, because we've got stamens on the show. I'm going to use
that big bundle again.
I don't think it's the big bundle. I think we've got single ones. So I've got white ones. I think we've got white, lilac and black.
Ah, we believe
today.
they might be another end of call. There must be a lot of end of calls. Do watch out for those. You can have as many as you like. It just doesn't add on to your postage.
Oh, that's
so
good.
if you're not a Freedom member and you haven't taken advantage of that, you can still get extra bits and pieces without adding the extra postage on.
Right.
Love it.
So with these ones, I've got 2 of like the middle size and 1 of the next size down. So I've just pulling those in with my fingers, just to bend them a little bit. So that's why I wanted to show you the different ones, because the first one I've done slightly different to these ones, and then we've got some little ones just to add in as fillers. Right, so just pop like that.
Must be an absolute delight to work with papers like this constantly, with those colours.
I know.
So pretty.
I was never one for paper pads, Catherine, because I didn't like to use them.
Oh, I see.
But you know, when they're your own as well, you know that you can use them.
Yeah.
You know, it was a case of, oh yeah, I used to buy them, but didn't used to use them very often. And Hayley used one once on one of my birthday cards. She was only little.
Oh, Hayley, what, one of your mum's best
you've
ones?
used my best papers. But the card was beautiful.
Oh, and I bet you kept the card.
Oh yeah. Well, what you bought them for, Mum? If you're not going to use them. So this one is the tiny one that's in that particular set. So I've just done the twist again. So we've just got 2 layers on this one. So that's just going to be the filler one.
I've just noticed on that particular set, I mean, obviously in the full collection you've got 4 full die sets there, but in that particular set that you're using with those flowers, you also get the roses, don't you? And they've got a solid and the almost filigree effect to it as well.
We've had so much fun, but we've not used everything in it. You know, we've done all these samples and everything, and you think, oh, I've not used that. I've not used that as that, and you know.
Well, so that just goes to show the value for money as well.
That's it, yeah.
It gives you something to keep going at, and you're going to reuse over and over again and keep coming up with new ideas as well.
That's right. So I'm just going to pop some of the stamens in now. So I've just made the hole in the centre of the flower, and then I just twist those round, put those in. You can see, you can put as many as you want in. Then I just pop a little bit of glue on the back. The bigger one, I think we will have, we'll have 2 in, I think.
Lovely. I'm going to say a very good evening from the UK to our European and American friends as well, because we know you're there watching. Always nice to have your company.
It is. You can just sit and watch crafting all the time though, can't you? You know, it's so therapeutic.
It is.
Right, so we'll just get these ones in, and then we can add some of the adornments then. So we've bought those this time for you. So just pop those there, and then I'm just going to get some of the sisal underneath. I call it sisal. Some people call it sisal. Call it what you want, it's a filler.
And it's very effective, and you can get yours as well with the Adornments collection. You get the moss, don't you? You get the white thistle in there, and you get the sisal or the sizzle as well. The green moss and the natural moss is what you're getting in there. You can see everything on the picture. A great price at just $12.99, $3.93, $6.73.
So I just add that onto there. You just need a little bit. You can always trim it off after as well.
Yeah.
Right, so then we're just going to pop our flowers in now. So just trim the back of the stamen off if you want to. I mean, I think Hayley leaves hers on sometimes. Just depends how much room you've got and what you're going to stick them onto.
How you're positioning the flowers as well, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
We've got about 3 minutes left.
Oh gosh,
have we? Carol? That's how quickly this hour has gone.
It's gone so quick, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
I should get it done. I won't put the pearls on, but obviously you can see in the original one, I put the pearls all around the centre there.
You see, I could sit all day making flowers.
Oh, I know, I
arrange
could,
them
Catherine.
onto cards and projects.
Yeah.
The fact that you've got so many dies in this collection, I mean, you'd sit for a year, and as we said earlier, you'd still find new ways of using everything, I think, as well.
You could, yeah. It's just such a lovely die set. And I would say it's the biggest one we've done.
Yeah.
You know, so...
I've just spotted the other Wellington I was talking about as well. It's a green one. It's on one of our wonderful cards.
Oh, is it this
from
one
the One Day
here?
Special, yes.
Yeah.
We'll have another look at that, I'm sure, before the end of the show.
Yeah, I did that one. I just left a little bit of a tag at the bottom of the Wellington, and then just used it as like a little bit of a easel type thing in the middle of the
green moss
card.
on that card we've just shown, Carol.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Adornments set. Doesn't that work beautifully with the Wellington?
It does, yeah. Right, so are we all right for time for a minute?
You've got about 2 minutes demo time.
Oh,
left.
we're all right. We're all right, aren't we?
That's taken us right to the wire.
I just want to add some of the moss, that's all. So we'll just add a little bit of the moss into there. So this is easy again. You can do it with your go-to glue if you want to, but I tend to do it with the hot glue when on
And of course,
TV.
all those little offcuts you can keep.
Yes, yeah, of course you can, yeah.
You definitely use those.
There we go. Just poke that into there. Right, so then...
It's coming together beautifully, Carol.
That's the thing, it just sticks everywhere, doesn't it? And so then if we just pop that like that and just hold it a second, and then we have...
Wow, look at
But
that.
as you can see, this one here has got the actual pearls all around the centre.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And every time you make one of these, of course, you can look at those different options, using different colours, decorating different ways. You're going to get completely different projects every single time. Oh, what a busy show we're having as well. The one-day special. We've only got a minute left. Where's this hour gone? I've got to quickly give you the details again because, of course, Freedom members, you're saving the biggest amount here with £64 saving. 4 enormous die sets here, and between those 4 sets, you've got 71 individual dies. I'm just going to pick up 1 or 2 more samples again, just as we're just counting out there. Obviously, I'm going to say goodbye to the ladies and thank them. They're back at 8 o'clock, of course. But just have another look at the wonderful samples we've got here as well, if we can do. Just so we can really appreciate, you know, the size of them as well, Carol. The fact that these will fold flat and go into an envelope. But when they're out, they really are statement pieces, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're not just like little tiny cards, are they?
They're not.
They are good statement pieces, and you can put whatever you want in them.
But saying that, if you want to keep it simple, simplicity just speaks volumes to me as well. You certainly can do. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hayley and Carol, thank you. Have a cup of tea and then come back at 8 o'clock.
Yes,
Much
we
more
will.
to see though. I'm just going to hop over to the other counter, so I'll be seeing you in a few seconds. See you soon.